What happens when one of the most famous royals in the world walks into a radio studio believing the rules do not apply to him? In just 38 seconds, one careless comment turned what should have been a friendly interview into one of the most explosive confrontations in talk show history. That morning, Howard Stern sat in his studio prepared for what he expected would be an interesting and thoughtful conversation. Prince Harry was scheduled to appear, and Howard had carefully planned questions about charity work, life in California, and adjusting to living in a new country. Howard had always treated his guests with respect, but he also asked the questions listeners genuinely wanted answered. That was his job, and that was why people tuned in. When Harry walked into the studio, the mood immediately felt off. He did not shake Howard's hand when it was offered. Instead, he sat down in the guest chair and slowly looked around the room as if inspecting it and silently deciding whether it met his standards. "Welcome to the show," Howard said warmly, trying to keep things positive. "Thanks for coming in. We've been looking forward to talking with you." Harry gave a short nod, but did not smile. "Let's just get through this," he said. Robin Quivers, Howard's longtime co-host, exchanged a quick glance with Howard. Guests did not usually begin interviews this way. Most people were excited to be there, or at least professional enough to act that way. Still, Howard remained calm and continued. "So, you've been living in California for a while now. How are you finding it? Is it everything you hoped it would be?" Harry sighed as if the question was beneath him. "It's fine. Better than where I was." "Better than England?" Howard asked, genuinely curious. "Better than being trapped," Harry replied. "You wouldn't understand what it's like to have no freedom, to have everyone telling you what to do, where to go, who to talk to." Howard leaned back slightly. "Actually, I think a lot of people can relate to feeling trapped in their circumstances. But you made the choice to leave. That took courage." "Courage?" Harry repeated, his tone dripping with sarcasm. "You think you know what courage is sitting here in your comfortable studio talking into a microphone?" The room fell silent. Robin stopped shuffling her notes. The producers behind the glass looked up from their screens. Still, Howard remained calm. "I'm just trying to have a conversation. If there's something else you'd rather discuss, we can do that." Harry leaned forward. "What I'd rather do is not be questioned by someone who makes a living gossiping about people's lives." Howard raised his eyebrows slightly. "I've been doing this for over 40 years. I interview people. I ask questions. That's my job. You agreed to come on the show, so I assumed you were okay with that." "I came because my team said it would be good for my image." Harry snapped. "But I don't need image management from someone like you." "Someone like me?" Howard asked calmly. "Someone who profits off other people's pain. You turn serious issues into entertainment." Robin stepped in gently. "Howard has been very open about mental health awareness and has spoken many times about his own struggles. Maybe you're not familiar with the show." Harry waved his hand dismissively. "I know the type." Howard straightened. "Okay, let's talk about this directly. You're clearly upset. If you don't want to be here, you're free to leave." There it is. The American arrogance. Harry snapped. "I'm not dismissing you. I'm trying to understand why you're being hostile." Harry suddenly stood up, his chair rolling backward. "You want hostile? Let's talk about how you made millions exploiting private lives." Howard stayed seated. "I've never claimed to be perfect. I'm a radio host. Some conversations are funny, some are serious, and some are uncomfortable. But they're always honest." "Honest?" Harry scoffed. "You wouldn't know honest if it hit you in the face." Robin tried to calm things down. "Harry, maybe we should pause and reset." "I don't need a break." Harry snapped. "I need people to stop treating me like a spectacle." Howard finally stood up. "I have defended you many times on this show. I supported your decision to leave the royal family. I defended your wife. I've been on your side." Harry's face re-eamed. "You don't get to be on my side." "You're right. That's why I invited you here to tell your story in your own words." "You deserve it." Harry shot back. "All of you media people are the same." Howard stepped closer, calm but firm. "You came in ready for a fight, and I'm not your punching bag." Harry clenched his jaw. "Do you know who I am?" The room went completely silent. Howard looked at him steadily. "Yes, You're someone who says he wants privacy and normal treatment, yet demands special treatment the moment he feels challenged. Harry's face turned almost purple. How dare you? How dare I treat you like everyone else? Howard replied. Harry grabbed his jacket. This interview is over. You're right. Because I'm ending it. I won't allow disrespect in my studio. You can't kick me off. Harry snapped. I just did. Howard calmly said. The producers moved toward the door. Harry looked around, realizing no one was on his side. This is unbelievable, Harry muttered. The world will hear about this. They already are, Howard said. This is all being recorded. You'll regret this, Harry warned. The only thing I regret is wasting my time preparing, Howard replied. Harry stormed out, slamming the door behind him. The studio remained silent for several seconds. Well, Howard finally said, that was something. Robin exhaled. I've never seen anything like that. Neither have I, Howard admitted. He turned to the microphone. For anyone just tuning in, Prince Harry just walked off the show. Or more accurately, I asked him to leave. That was real. The rest of the show continued with calls pouring in. Some defended Harry. Most supported Howard. Through it all, Howard stayed steady, calm, and honest. At one point he said, this is about respect. I prepare. I show respect. I expect the same in return. Harry didn't give that. So, the interview ended. By the end of the show, one truth stood clear. It wasn't just that a prince had a meltdown on live radio. It was that a host had the backbone to stand his ground, protect his team, and demand basic respect. In a world where fame often excuses bad behavior, Howard Stern proved that inside his studio, titles mean nothing. Respect means everything. And when respect is missing, so is the